At the feeding station, it's not a feeding station. Well, it is, but we just walked with him on a pathway through the forest, and we walked and walked and walked and walked, and finally we just came to one area. And then they were calling all the while, woo, 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 only real loud. I can't holler that loud, I'll break the machine. And they were calling him in, telling him, here it is, here it is, here it is. First one, here comes. Oh, before we even got to walk to the path, when we got off the boat and we're on the dock, here comes a large mother, and she's got a little tiny baby. And she comes, and one of our ladies, Rosemary, she says, oh, how cute. Oh, wait, I've got some peanuts, and she goes and gets a bag of peanuts. It was a big bag. She was holding it in two hands. And the mother is coming with the baby, walking down the dock, and she goes over to Rosemary, and she grabs the package. And Rosemary says, no, you can't have all of it. She's pulling back, And this orangutan had one arm holding on to baby, and the other hand she's got is grabbing onto the peanuts, and with the other arm she grabs a hold of Rosemary's arm up towards the shoulder, and she's pushing her that way, see, and pulling the peanuts with the other arm the other way. And it just spun Rosemary around. I told her later, I said, boy, I saw the whites of your eyes. You were really scared. And she was, because it was, shocking. Never expected that. But that's why they tell you don't feed the orangutans, because when they see something they want it. So she hung on, but the mother won out. And then the mother's name we found was Rosemary. Oh, God, we laughed so much. Rosemary and Rosemary. It was just a crazy coincidence. So she took the peanuts and she walked down the dock with her baby, chewing on peanuts. Now the other ones came in, and the guy was there, and he had a whole pail full of bananas, and he'd throw bananas to this one and that one, and some would come close, and others were too scared, and some would come and grab a banana and run like heck up the tree. And the bananas, like you'd have a small stalk, maybe 5 bananas there. He'd throw that to them. Well, they would take one side of the banana, the inside side, and they would slit it with their finger, and then they'd squeeze the banana out, and they'd do that I saw that guy. He did that to all 5 of them, and then he just threw the stalk away, see? And I went and picked it up. And on one side, it looks absolutely rounded and full, like 5 bananas, but then you turn it over, and here's this slit in every one, and every banana is completely empty. It's just so exacting how they do it. They were exciting to see in the bush. We all had laughs, and we had so much fun. Well, actually, I got ahead of myself. Before we went and walked there to that station and then he gave them had a great big pan, and a guy brought a great big bucket, and he threw the stuff in. It was milk with vitamins and fortifying things in it. And I'm telling you, when the mama saw that, she went over there with the baby, and little guys go over there, and when they drink, they go real big slurping, much bigger than that. And the mama's drinking, and the baby is almost standing on his head trying to get in the milk pan, and she'd grab a hold of the head and just push it away, and then the baby would climb around her arm and go back in and sneak in, Oh, gosh, we laughed so much. Let's see, what else happened there? Oh, I was going to tell you about Astra. Before we got out there was a house there, and there was a little tiny one there. He had a little cage. He wasn't tied to it. It was just there, a little box with a blanket inside there, and there he was. And the guard brought out a little bottle with a nipple on it. And we all held Astra. And the trouble was that, Betty got him, and, oh, you're such a sweetheart, you're so sweet, you're so cute, and everybody's taking her picture. And then she tries to give the baby to Galena, and the baby won't leave her. He's hanging on for dear life. The thing is, we finally learned that what you have to do, you have to keep holding the baby and just kind of get someone else to hold one of the hands, and then kind of pull yourself away, and then she'll go to the other one. She has to have this feeling that she's got her arms around somebody, or somebody has got their arms around her. She don't want to be, she's scared to leave anybody. So she peed on 3 people that tried to pull her off and couldn't get her until we learned how to do the shift.